Pixie sticks, party planning, and pep talks. This is the win. Let's go. What's up, everybody? My name is Brett, and I'm hanging out with my friends from the Orange Students team.
Hey! Yeah, you are.
And if you are tuning in, that is probably because you are an XP3 user or you're interested in what we do here at Orange Students when it comes to curriculum. And today, we have some great conversations in store with you and even some giveaways that you're gonna wanna stick around for. But first, a great question is, well, what even is this? What are we watching? Well, we're calling this the win because this is designed to help you win, not only with XP3, but just in ministry in general. So we're gonna be talking about things that you don't wanna miss when it comes to this next season of XP3. We're gonna be talking about ways to take your environments from good to even better. Ooh. And we're gonna be talking about pro tips and all these other ministry hacks that you are not gonna wanna miss. Why? Because we are here, we exist to help you win. We want to be everything that we can to support you in your ministry. Even if you are not using XP3, we think that sticking around for this conversation even will be really helpful for you. True. So as we get started with the win, we thought it would be fun to actually kick things off by sharing one of your wins with all of you. So to do that, we have the newest member of the Orange Students team, Mr. Jeremy.
All right, here's what Chase from Union, Tennessee has to say about XP3. It sets me up to help my small group leaders and parents while also giving me more time to be in kids' lives.
Yeah, that's right. Come on, Chase. Shout out Union City.
Yeah. Thank you, Chase, for sharing with us how XP3 helps you win in your environment. To say thank you to you, we are gonna send you a year's worth of Pixie sticks. And no, we're not kidding.
What?
A year's worth of Pixie sticks.
Like just for him?
I don't
or for
even know what that
in the
means.
ministry?
Is that like one a day, or how many does Chase like to eat? We're gonna find out.
So
Chase will follow up with you. But did you know that we actually have XP3 in Spanish?
Ooh,
we have over 150 churches that are using the Spanish versions of our curriculum. And so we have our friend Miguel in Amistad, Veracruz, Mexico, who is gonna share a little bit with us about how XP3 helps him win with his students. Take a look at this.
Oye, así es como gano con la guía para líderes de grupos pequeños. El material que ocupamos está verdaderamente increíble y nos ayuda a conectar de una manera muy estratégica con cada uno de los estudiantes por medio de los interactivos que ilustran perfectamente bien el mensaje que queremos dar para llegar al corazón de cada uno de ellos. Además, en los grupos pequeños, las preguntas que hacemos nos ayudan a interactuar de una manera muy personal con cada uno de los chicos para así conocerles más y saber lo que ellos piensan acerca del mensaje y acerca de Jesús.
Awesome. Miguel, thank you so much for sharing that with us. Thank you for letting us be just a small part of your team. And we got some more giveaways. We're going to send you some swag.
Let's go.
Winning something on the win.
Yes.
Right?
Let's go.
That's the way.
Giveaways all over the world,
Yeah,
Brett.
and speaking of
What was that?
Speaking of giveaways and wins, we want you to win something. If you want to win something, make sure that you drop in the comments. Let us know how XP3 helps you win in your ministry. And then maybe at the next episode of The Win, you might end up with something.
A purple chicken.
Absolutely. All right, so thanks for that. As we head into the conversation about how XP3, we're hoping it helps you win, let me just dive into a little bit in case you're new with XP3. So XP3, middle school and high school, are two different curriculums that our Orange Students team is a part of helping develop. And so we give you 48 weeks of content a year. That comes out to 16 series a year, and we release that quarterly because we want it to be as fresh and we want it to be as relevant as possible. And so for this winter, for this winter that we're talking about right now, we've got 4 different series coming your way. We have a series on wisdom. We have a series on, shocker, Christmas.
Love it.
We have a series on the greatest commandment.
Yes,
Gotta have it.
Yes,
Yeah,
we do.
and we've got a standalone week on anxiety.
Much needed.
Yeah, which isn't like the most exciting thing in the world, but
can
we
still
all
win with
know
it.
how important it is, and that we can help win in the conversations that we have with students about anxiety.
Yep.
And so here for the win, we're just gonna hit some highlights. We're gonna hit a few things that we're really excited about. If you want more information about that and you're an XP3 user, open up any series in the winter season, open up the prep folder and click on season overview, and you're gonna get a deep dive about that. But Les, as we start to jump into this idea of how can we win with XP3 High School this winter, I'm gonna give you just about 3 minutes on my mental clock. So no pressure. All right?
Gosh, are you gonna tell me when it's over?
Yeah, well, I'm gonna throw a basketball at your face.
Oh my gosh,
Win your time. Hit me with a basketball.
Okay, here you go. I'm ready.
3 minutes. Go.
Talk about, anxiety. This is perfect. Okay, so we are talking about, so in high school, we have a 1 week standalone talk, and this season, we're doing it on the topic of anxiety. And so I wanna give you a couple ways to win with it. And it's such a huge topic. So there are so many different ways that you can carefully craft this message so that you win with it. Okay, so let's talk about one way you're probably already winning if you're watching this. If you are an XP3 partner, you are already winning because churches, they get a bad rap about talking about mental health. Sometimes they don't talk about it, or sometimes we just like blanket cover over it. But with XP3 curriculum, we talk about it on an ongoing basis. Like we've been talking about it and we're gonna continue talking about mental health. So that's one way you're probably already winning. All right, another win number 2, when it comes to talking about anxiety, sometimes the conversation stays on the ground floor. Like we say really hopeless things. Like Gen Z is the most anxious and everybody's got anxiety. And so like this is a win where we get to instill hope. And so we are talking about God makes a way for you to be okay. Here's how you can win with that hope. Everywhere in your curriculum where you see that sentence, there is an asterisk next to the word okay. What does it mean that God makes a way for us to be okay? Well, we're saying that okay doesn't mean instantly healed. We know that that's not the case for everyone all the time. I think God can do it, okay? But sometimes it's not the case. So we could lose trust if we don't acknowledge what okay means. And so what we're saying is that God makes a way for us to be okay. And okay means that you can be better than you are right now because you have a good shepherd who will walk with you through the valley, not trying to avoid it or dodge it, but you have a good shepherd. So win with that, y'all.
That was a praise spike.
A praise spike. I love it. Okay, can I do another one? The next one, I'm just gonna, okay, cool, perfect. I didn't know what to do. Okay. The next one. So here's a third way that you can win when you elevate the conversation on anxiety. The third way is this. Ministry is heavy enough, right? Like we're all tired. The last few years have been just insane. Like you are trying to lead leaders, you're trying to lead students, you're trying to connect with parents. There's so many pieces that you're already responsible for. Another thing you don't have to be responsible for is being an expert on mental health and anxiety. So yes, you wanna do your work, you wanna kind of know the language, you wanna study a little bit, but don't feel like you need to get a PhD to teach this series,
or pretend like you're the expert.
Or even pretend, because that can be so harmful. And so let us be the experts. Win by letting us be the experts to come alongside you. We literally talk to, and like not
it's
us.
not even us.
It ain't us. It's not us. Let's be real clear. We literally talk to actual licensed professionals to help us craft this talk. They've looked through everything. They've contributed parts of that. The bottom line of that is don't pretend that you have to be an expert. Let us do that for you. You will win in that way. All right, one more win. The fourth win on this series, elevating the conversation on anxiety, is this. Design your experience. Don't just play the videos and have a small group. This is a chance for teenagers everywhere to have conversations. We know that high schoolers think like philosophers, and so we want to give them a chance to mull it over, process, wrestle it out, like all of the different things that they need to do in order to engage with the conversation on anxiety. We've provided you with so many different resources based on the different tiers. Some of the things are we've had whole conversations with teenagers, and we brought them into a room and let them talk about anxiety. We talked to experts. This is Dr. Chinwei. We love her so much. Shout out to Dr. Chinwei. Yes. And there's Shane too. We also talked to Shane.
Not an expert.
Dr. Shane.
Doctor, not a doctor. We talked to so many people. Yo, one of my favorite pieces, this is the last thing I'm gonna say on this. One of my favorite pieces we did with this this whole package of content is we worked with Chinwei to create a small group guide where she guides you as a therapist, giving you some things to think about, some coping skills before asking your questions. So you'll play a video, ask some questions, play a video, ask some questions, versus your small group leaders trying to be that for them. And so those are a couple of wins with Elevate. I'm super excited about it.
All this stuff.
I'm exhausted. How was my 3 minutes?
I think you're pretty good so far from what I've got.
Still got another minute.
Another minute? Okay, wait.
what
But
else?
10 seconds, can I say one more win? This is not related to Elevate or anxiety, a whole other win. If you are looking to elevate your set designs and you're thinking about set designs, we've got some incredible podcasts on how you can do that without breaking the bank. And so we'll put that in the show notes.
Bonus.
Yeah, it's in your ministry leader guide and in the show notes. Okay, that's all I got.
That's awesome.
taking that.
All right, so
Thank
that's
you.
unbelievable. And that's, yes.
Whoa, how'd you catch the ball? What a win.
All right, so that's just in high school, and that was
Yeah.
basically
I'm so
just
tired.
one of the 16 weeks
Yes.
that you've got, okay?
Yeah.
So we have even more coming your way for middle school. So Ashley,
Middle school?
what does
Let's go.
this look like? What are you excited about? What are some big wins for XP3 Winter 2022 in middle school?
Okay, I love when we talk about the greatest commandment, and we are this season, and it's called First Place!
Hey, look at that.
And we are looking at what Jesus said was most important, and I'm really excited about that because it's very concrete for middle schoolers.
Yeah.
Like, what's the goal of Christianity? Love God, love others, love yourself. Okay, cool. Let's do that. You know what I'm saying? But a really important thing, as you all know, because you've been leading middle schoolers, and you know because you're leading middle schoolers, is middle schoolers sometimes need help connecting the dots because they think like engineers. What does this piece have to do with this piece? And we connect the dots so they work together. So in their small
we go.
group time, we have planned some amazing experience pieces because small group with middle schoolers works better when it's more than just questions. True. Right? It's so true.
Don't miss the
So we
XPs.
have, don't skip them. They're the best part of small group. And so it's things like, take a look at your last 10 text messages or social media posts. Where do you see yourself loving yourself, others, and God? Or where do you see the opposite? It's like self-inventory time. You know?
Accountability time.
A little
Okay.
self-awareness growth.
Wow.
And then another XP for this series is it's like step forward if. So it's kind of like level the playing field and be honest about where you are. And another one is like evaluating your friendships. Like how alike are you and how different are you? And then how do you love people who are different than you when you don't really understand them? Which I love that XP. Don't skip it. It's
We
worth
going
it.
there.
I'm serious. It'll set you up for a win in middle school when you talk about this with your middle schoolers. And the second win that I am so excited about is in our Christmas series. I love Christmas. It's in our Faith Skills Experience Kit. And if you're not familiar with that, it's basically a devotional experience. And they're used in so many different ways. Like people use them for Sunday school or like a second small group gathering or for that group that wants to go deeper or have an extended time together. But in our Christmas series, I'm obsessed with these experiences. Actually, Jess, tell them a little bit. She leads the charge for us in this thing.
Let's go,
Tell us, Jess.
In the first week, we were talking about how because of Jesus, we can choose joy. And for middle schoolers to kind of connect those dots before we can choose joy, we have to be able to look for joy around us. So they're going to be looking in video clips of Christmas movies that they are familiar with and looking for joy in those video clips. That's week one. Week two, they're going to be going out into their communities and participating in some kind of experience to bring the Christmas story to life, whether that's a drive-through nativity or going to see a Christmas play, Christmas caroling with Christmas songs that tell the Christmas story. We're super excited about it.
So even if you don't normally have your small groups gather together more than once a week, the Christmas season is when you should try it. I'm telling you, people are willing to. And people want to do stuff with their group. And this will build relational equity that will carry you through the holidays and into the new year. And it will help you win.
3 minutes.
That hit my 15. That was perfect. Good job, friend.
The aim.
Yes.
Here.
Oh my God.
That's the perfect
All
way
right,
to
so
end that.
we hit some high school wins. We hit some middle school wins.
We hit the middle school leader.
We hit the middle school leader. All right, Dr. Shane, you've got some bonus wins
We
for
will not
us.
call him Dr.
The doc is in.
A moment with Dr. Shane.
Whoa.
All right, what are some
do.
bonus wins you
I
got
got
for
some
this
wins.
season?
Look at me. Right here.
Whoa.
Are you ready to win?
Oh.
I'm not just talking middle school or high school wins.
Okay.
I'm talking to you who lead both middle schoolers and high schoolers.
Wow.
It's time to win, okay?
That's right.
And here's how you're gonna do it. This is how this is gonna work.
Yeah.
Are you ready? We have some incredible shared wins between our middle school and high school curriculums in our winter season. The first one is our series on wisdom. You heard a little bit about it. Pro tip and cheat codes for our pros and our cheaters out there. Kind of weird, but anyways, pro tip and cheat codes is all about wisdom, which we all need. We know students need it. I know that I needed to hear those talks and those ideas and have great conversations about them, both in middle school and in high school. But the best part about this series is that it is 4 weeks, but actually each of those weeks works perfectly for standalone talks. So I know as a youth pastor, every once in a while that calendar always had that strange weekend. You're like, what do I do? What do I teach?
Yeah.
What do I talk about? This is a great one that you can split across multiple weekends and use as standalone talks whenever you need them. This next win is a shared win, and it goes back to Christmas.
Back to
It
Christmas.
always
I know
does.
you're hyped
It
about this.
always does.
Christmas.
Okay. Are you ready to win Christmas?
Yes.
Thank you, Leslie.
You're welcome.
Okay,
Win it all.
fantastic. Here's how this is gonna work. We have not only 2 amazing Christmas series for middle school and high school curriculums, but we also have, are you ready for this?
Yes.
An amazing Christmas party plan. Let's go. Woo! And it's called Christmas at the Movies.
Yep.
Right? This is gonna be an amazing party for you and the students that you lead, both middle schoolers and high schoolers. And I know as a local church youth pastor, for me, when there was alignment between what was happening in middle school and high school, it was a huge win right there because it's one plan to rule them all. You know, that's how it works. One plan locks all of it in. So even if you meet separately, middle school and high school, you have one party plan and there's some phase-specific things in there, but it is an amazing win for both phases, which is huge for you. So that's a huge win.
Wait, what was
right
the
there.
best part about that?
What the best part about it?
About the Christmas party.
I'm still telling you. There's so much good stuff in
Oh,
this.
keep going. I'm
started,
sorry.
Leslie.
My
I got
bad.
30
My
minutes.
bad.
Brett said 30.
Sorry, that was 3.
Oh, 3?
yes,
okay,
the
all
anxiety.
right. Okay, there's so many great wins. Stop, you're stressing me out. There's so many great wins in the Christmas party plan. It's called Christmas at the Movies. We're gonna have tons of graphics. There may be some amazing games that are all about Christmas movies. You're gonna have fun, you're gonna dress up, all of that. And there's some incredible moments for students to actually speak as a part of that Christmas party. So you're gonna wanna make sure to prep for that, but also, that's a huge win. Anytime students get to see their peers doing that on stage, sharing their own stories and sharing pieces that matter to them, it makes a significant difference. So we have some incredible shared wins for you because it's gonna be an amazing season. That's a win.
Boom.
That's a win.
Dr. Shane,
Doctor's out.
great job.
I cannot get stressed out.
So that's a lot of wins. You might want to go back and watch this again to make sure that you can follow up with all of those different pieces. But here is a quick follow-up. If you want to deep dive into what it looks like to actually do all of these series well, your Orange Specialist is going to be hosting some roundtables on September 21st. Hit up the description right there, and you can get more information about hopping into those conversations, not only with us, but other leaders like you trying to figure out the best ways to do these series. All right, one more thing that you can win, and that is 2 free tickets to the Orange Conference 2023. All you gotta do is hop on Instagram, share with us how XP3 helps you win in your ministry. Tag us at Orange Students. Make sure you do that within the next week for your chance to win 2 tickets to the Orange Conference from Orange Students and the win.
At the win, you can win.
That was so perfect.
So we couldn't think of a better way to wrap all of this up than giving the Orange Students hype man himself, Jamel Jones, an opportunity to give you a pep talk. Jamel, take it away.
I will. So, as we are wrapping up here, the win, we want to make sure that you feel like you're able to win as this is coming up. So, therefore, when I think about when this will come out, the winter season, the holidays, right?
Yeah.
If I'm going to summarize it in one sense, besides cold, it's actually, I want to say togetherness.
Together.
All right? Can we all say what it is?
You say
together.
Together.
Because we're going to have some unique opportunities to be together with your students that you don't always get to have. You're going to be together with your students going to be together with their parents in unique ways you kind of get to lobby off of. And so when it comes to this togetherness, we want to make sure that you guys know that we are also together with you in it. We're giving you this content that you can interact with, contextualize how you want. We're here for you, so you don't gotta be experts on anxiety. You don't even gotta you don't gotta plan your own Christmas party. We there for you with it, so we're together with you in that. When you are creating these unique experiences for your students at the winter time, you know that you're going to be doing that together with them. When the students are with their parents, think about how you're going to equip these parents to win as well when they are with their parents, with the students and the parents together. So as everything is happening, as you're preparing, know that we are here for you together. You and your small group leaders are going to be there together. When you have these moments of togetherness, it's going to be you, it's going to be us, it's going to be God, Jesus, the Holy Spirit, the Holy Trinity together.
And that's it. Thank you so much for hanging out with us. That was the win. And we hope that you win this winter.
Yeah.